Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another video. I'm super excited that you're here with me today. We are doing 10 things, another 10 things that I wish I knew. This one's gonna be before buying a house, purchasing a house. I'm trying to whisper a little bit more on this video. Let me know what you prefer, whether just a whisper or more soft-spoken instead. Just let me know what you prefer. My other videos were soft-spoken. Anyway, let's get right into it. And we'll be doing some hand fluttering and hand sounds along the way. Alright, so number one, it's not just the down payment. It's not just the down payment that you need money for at the beginning. You need closing costs that can range. So if your down payment, sometimes if you're doing some of the programs, it can be 0% down payment, or it can be 3 to 5% if you're doing conventional loans. But you also need closing costs, and that's all the different calculations and fees that the mortgage company, the origination, come from. And so that can be 1 to 3% additional of the home purchase price. On top of that, you have your title fees. So the title company has to record the new ownership of the property. So that's another $2,000 to $3,000, plus inspection fees, as well as any HOA fees, property taxes that need to be paid, or earnest money. Earnest money happens when you have to, you get under contract, and typically they want you to provide them some sort of deposit, also known as the earnest money, so that they know that you're a serious buyer. You do get that money applied to the loan, but or given back to you however you want to, but they do hold those funds and cash it during the 30-day period that you're trying to get the deal closed. So yeah, I mean, depending on how much you're putting down, that can vary from like $30,000 to $100,000 of all the, like, between the closing cost, down payment, title fees, inspection, HOA fees, any of that. Okay, number two, you may be able to buy without a realtor. So we bought houses with a realtor and without a realtor, and there's instances when, if you're a first-time home buyer, I would definitely recommend getting a realtor. Just to kind of help you navigate that process. You don't know the forms, you don't know like the negotiation tactics. But if you've bought, maybe your second time around, you can buy without a realtor, and you can negotiate with the seller directly, to get you a don't need it on either side. But if you have special circumstances, or if you just are doing this for the first time, then definitely get some assistance. Okay, number three. You don't need 20% down payment, but, like I mentioned, you can get some loans that are, 0% down, or 3%, 5% conventional, 3.5% FHA. But what happens is your payments really do increase quite a bit if you put less than 20% down, because of something called PMI. And PMI stands for Private Mortgage Insurance. Essentially, it's just them charging you monthly to secure their loan. That's pretty much it. It has no benefit towards you. It's just hundreds of dollars a month in payment on top of everything. That just covers them because you didn't put a big down payment. That's it. So if you can try to save as much as possible towards the down payment to get to that 20% of the purchase price, the better off you'll be. Alright, number four. Number four is your first home doesn't always have to be your dream house. I'm a big proponent that first home is just your starter home. It doesn't have to check all the boxes. It doesn't have to be spectacular. Really, you just want to make sure it's somewhere that you'll be able to profit from down the road if you want to resell, or that maybe you can keep it as a rental down the road. So look for something that you know will be a hot property for somebody else that would want to live there in the future. Alright, number five. Your credit score is super, super, super important. I mean, this is really what determines your interest rate. This is really what determines your terms of your lender. So it's really important to try, if you know that you're going to be close to purchasing the house within the year or 6 months leading up to it, to really clean up your credit, pay off all your debts, bring your utilization down on your credit cards, make sure that you're paying on time, and most importantly, that you're not taking out no new debt, no new cars, no new credit cards, nothing. You want to make sure that it stays really, really clean, really crisp. Alright, what's the next one? Number 6. Shop around for your mortgage rate. Shop around. A lot of people make that mistake. They don't shop around for their interest rate, and really, lenders, it's wild, but the interest rates can vary significantly across the board. And nowadays, they have companies or search engines online that will allow you to compare lender rates. And so a lot of people think that you have to go with, the first pick only because you don't want to keep dinging your credit. But if you shop for the mortgage within 30 days of that first credit inquiry, then you're going to be okay, because the credit bureau knows that you were just shopping around for a rate. As long as really great investment to turn into a nightmare because you didn't get an inspection or because you went with your realtor's pick as an inspector. Sometimes they are buddy buddies. Those people don't always have your best interest in mind. So it's always good to look around, look at reviews online for inspection companies, and go with someone that is highly rated, that has infrared cameras to see if there's moisture on the walls. That does also, in several places in the country, you need to get termite inspection. Don't skip that. You want to make sure someone goes above and beyond during that process for you to be able to feel like you're in the clear. I'm telling you from experience, get a good inspection. All right, number eight. Number 8 is location. Number 8 is location. Location is everything. Like I mentioned before, you want to get into a property that people like. Most importantly, that the location is top notch, around good rated schools, that it's in a safe area where people are not going to be questioning you. Well, how safe is the neighborhood? How safe is the area? You don't want that up for debate. You want somewhere where, if it's in a city or a growing city, maybe in a walkable area where there's restaurants or shops around, or if it's more in the suburbs, maybe it's closer to one of those shopping centers. Try to find, or close to the park, try to find properties that are, have an in-demand location, even if sometimes you have to compete for those a little bit more, and maybe offer more, or just that's how you know those properties will sell well. And if you have renters later, you will get easy tenants because it's in high demand. If you had to compete to get the property to begin with, I think you're going to be well off later on. So that's my take on it now. All right, number 9. Get to meet your neighbors before you move in, because some people will argue that more important than the house is your neighbors around you. Thank God my neighbors in the past and currently have just been phenomenal. They've been really great people. They've been really keeping an eye out for me and my house and our cars. And anytime they would see any activity, they would call us. Or when I was sick, they brought me a basket of goodies to get well soon. I mean, just the nicest people. And one even mowed our yard during a little bit of time, just because he was retired and he was like, I do it for my yard, so please just let me do it. And just really sweet. He used to grow vegetables in his garden and was a really kind man, and he would always bring us fresh homegrown veggies. So try to get to know who's around you, and especially look in your area for on those crime maps, that there are no registered blank offenders or any weird activity in your area. All right, and number 10. We did it. We made it. Number 10. Budget for maintenance or big renovations. Okay, let's say that you bought a fixer-upper. That's something that you're going to have to take into consideration, is any renovations and then unexpected costs. Because once you start the renovations, you're not